propagating. Okay, let's do... Okay. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. And check, check. Okay, hold on. I think we're back. I think we're coming back up. Stay with me. Okay, so, okay, I'll tell you what. I think we're back. Hey, let me do one more thing. I don't know why this happened. Let's just do chat 1. I know. Hang on. Save that. Okay. Let's refresh that. Okay, check, check. Oh, man. Are we back? See, so... Check, check. Okay. Man, this is taking a long time. Check, check. Okay. Okay, so you... Okay, we're back. You guys see me. Okay. Alright. I'm telling you, I had to, like, refresh. I had to go back to the video dashboard. Okay. So we're back. That's kind of crazy. So you guys got to watch me, like, working behind the scenes. Like, what's he going to do next? Okay. Alright, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do next. That was kind of crazy. But you know what? I don't know, man. They're probably... You know, Google's getting looted. Okay, that's not even funny. Listen, here's what we're gonna do. I wanna do this, and then we're gonna be right back. All right, cool. Man, Acertus does a lot. Do you guys know all the things Acertus does? Oh, now I'm hearing myself in the ear. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. My gosh. So what happened was, then when I restarted the stream... oh, craziness. But we're back. Okay. Alright, thank you, Acertus. Thank you for that. Let's go into industry news. Let's try and get back on track here, folks. You think we can do it? My files have moved. Man, where did everything go? This is the craziest show. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So, start a watch party. You did that? Yeah. Yeah, the watch party was like, yeah, Jay, where'd you go? This is the COVID-19 testing show. All right. We're going to talk a lot about COVID-19 testing. There is a lot to know. We are still in the middle of some kind of COVID deal. It still exists, I believe. I don't know what the topic of the... What's the topic going to be next week? Murder hornets again? COVID-19 antibody testing. Now, there was a webinar Wednesday, and this is what I found. I found this to be really interesting, and we're gonna learn about antibodies tonight. So I hope you stick around for that. And anybody that clicked off, man, you're gonna miss the antibody stuff, I'm telling you. But oh well. This is actually a slide from the in-depth antibody conversation. You're gonna see that and learn more about it. Take notes. Antibodies. Yes, there's a lot to know. Really? Yes. In fact, studies have shown that in the COVID-19 world, customers want to be able to have a virtual walk around the car and be able to talk to the dealer. Without proper testing and safety, that ain't going to happen anytime soon. Although, again, this news is so weird given what's going on, right? Like, this was just 5 days ago, this was normal. Auto auctions taking cautious, detailed approach to reopen in-person sales. This is from Carvana. Okay, number one, step one, driver's license confirmation. Step two, vehicle sanitization. Step three, test spin. Carvana Advocate will leave the paperwork and a pen inside with the keys to the vehicle inside the vehicle. Take it for a spin. You like it? Let's do a phone call. Walk you through the registration documents. There's an envelope that they'll collect at the house once the paperwork is signed, and your purchase is complete. Very interesting. Like there are businesses absolutely moving forward with the whole concept of home delivery. It is actually really interesting. And then again, the coronavirus claims another life. Went home with the wrong mask. It's bad news. This beach is unsafe. Go to Walmart. And by the way, speaking of unsafe, do you see that back tire? Okay, so read a lot of comments. You see that? See that back tire? Read a lot of comments on this one on Facebook. And yeah, that's not safe. What's your rear axle weight? You need a dually. Seems to be the common consensus. And maybe you want to back those down a little bit. Turn a couple around, back them down. Yes, this is how you get your car shipping news on Tuesday nights. Again, I thank you for sticking around. And you know, when you crash and you hiccup, hopefully it doesn't happen again. I really don't know why that happened, but this is the news nonetheless. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the country. Remember how a week ago people were afraid to gather in large crowds? That was awesome. Right? Think about that. Now that was awesome. First signs of problems. Be careful. Several cities are posting about things being thrown off bridges. I don't know if it was Thursday when I saw that. Then it got more specific. Minneapolis, drivers be careful. They're throwing rocks and bricks off of 35 West, 35E, and 94 bridges. Then lock your doors, red lights, and on and off ramps where they're hitting truckers. Then you saw the FedEx video. Did you see this? I didn't even watch it. I listened to parts of it. Now this is being shared. Tie straps, right? These are on the reefer units, right? And, yeah, you know what? Guess what? Yeah, the second wave is coming. Yep, that's going to be this is what you didn't want. This is what we really didn't want, especially in the big cities. Okay? I'm just saying, man. I'm just reporting the news. So as a driver, you got to be especially careful, keep up on what's going on, where to avoid getting yourself into dire situations. Really? I mean, right? Wasn't it just about, like, killer virus safety? Now it's... You got to watch out. What is going on? What is going on? That's crazy. That is some craziness. Kind of, let's see here. Oh, here's a guy asking on Facebook, how's everyone handling this? I lost a load going to Cerritos Kia. The dealership was closing at noon due to the protest in Long Beach. I know in Santa Monica, there was a... Santa Monica, California. That city's fine, man. There was an Amazon van being destroyed and looted. This guy, trucker who drove in a Minnesota protest, released from jail. He wasn't trying, he didn't have malicious intent. He was probably just trying to deliver gas. I don't know. That's a lot of people, man. Holy mackerel. And George Floyd's brother is calling for the riots to end. And if his own family and blood is doing that, does make you wonder, is it about George Floyd now? Is it? I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. Curfews, California, DC, New York, Ohio. Beverly Hills? Beverly Hills is on the... That's craziness. I'm just saying. Here in Kansas City. Now look at this. I just saw this today on Facebook. This guy in the striped shirt was, I mean, he was mouthing off, but he didn't deserve to get sprayed. He got taken down. That's crazy, man. This is craziness, guys. Crazy. Okay. Brings us to Black Tuesday. All right? Black Tuesday. This is Black Tuesday. Okay? Hashtag Black Tuesday. So you're doing a show on Black Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday nights live. I go live every Tuesday night. So I'm at least going to talk about Black Tuesday. I think the idea is, I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. But, Black Lives Matter. That is true. But where are we now? Right? Where are we right now? I don't even know where we are. And I saw this and I thought, now this is where we need to be. I think this, instead of a black square, is how I'm going to remember Blackout Tuesday. All right? And I want to go to the next frame. All right? Now, Blackout Tuesday is about compassion, and that's what they're calling it, Blackout Tuesday. And we do seem to lack compassion and mutual understanding. I'm not derailing this show, but I'm letting you know I'm thinking about it too. But we're going to continue with business. We have to continue with business. This is America. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we do. I really don't know what we do. But I tell you, I don't know. I don't know. What would be a good start? I mean, because this isn't a new problem. We keep repeating the same problem. Guys, I don't know what we do. I have no idea what we do. But I know that I care. I appreciate you guys. Stick around. We're going to come back. We're going to go into car shipping news. You aren't going to want to miss it.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back. Yeah, actually I've been getting a lot of dispatch questions from dispatchers. As you saw, Republic of Turkey, he was watching the dispatcher training videos. Many people have been asking about dispatching as a dispatcher and being a carrier looking for a dispatcher. I mean, who'd have thought? You'd think that dispatchers weren't illegal, which they're not. Okay, all right, so let's go back into industry news. That was our halftime break. You know, we go live 4 times a week. Tuesday nights live, Wednesdays with Ryan, dispatching live on Thursdays, Cars on the Move on Fridays. State of Car Hauling has turned into Cars on the Move. We're not doing State of Car Hauling anymore, which is good because now the country's gone so crazy, what's the point? Okay. Hey, this is Constantine. You know what? We do care about the ATI core. We really, listen, if you see Ty out and about, that's what happened here. Constantine said hello. Please do say hello. We love it. Okay? It's a big part of what we're building and growing together. Did you know that it's the 10-year anniversary of Metrogistics and Acertus? So next time you talk to Metrogistics about booking a load, say, hey, happy anniversary. I'm sure they would appreciate it. You want to sign up for the ATI Insider. That's how you're going to start growing with the new resources of the core. Ryan Girardi at Arto Conversion. He is managing the tech stack, and we're going to keep on growing. This is how we're going to continue taking this community to the next level. Go get signed up. Ryan, if you have the link to the ATI Insider, please do share it in the live chat. That would be great. That would help me a lot. Dispatcher's coffee is always cold. This is the new t-shirt from Murphy Auto Transport. Their coffee's always cold and their beer is always hot. That's awesome. Hey, is this a future flip of the week? Huh, interesting. We made it. Man, I'm telling. Oh, now it's going back to red. I don't know what's going. I'm plugged into the internet, so I don't know what's going on. I do not know, but I think we're back, guys. We're back. We're still here. You still with me? Are you still with me? I hope so. I think so. Yeah, I think we're still here. We got the DOT. All right, we're gonna skip that slide. It's been on screen for too long, and I'm tired of it. Tired of it, Jay. Have a great day. Okay. No transparency in meetings about broker transparency. So this is okay. I said that the broker carrier boxing match is it's heating up. It's only continuing. By the way, nobody mentions dispatchers. In this whole broker carrier controversy, I haven't read the word dispatcher once. But anyways, I don't know. Can't figure it out. But there's a lot here. Okay, so this is... OIDA posted on Landline magazine a crying child as the graphic for broker misinformation. That is hilarious. You know it's real. And then the article goes on. This whole thing is really mind-blowing how the TIA is going on about it. Here's the bottom line. Is there a regulation that mandates transparency? Yes. Is it being complied with? No. Are many brokers violating the spirit of the regulation? Yes. Is it being enforced? No. Is there a way to enforce official complaints? No. This is not just rhetoric. Actually, it's reinforced. We're going to keep talking about it. See, here's how you go to make a complaint against a broker. You go to the FMCSA site, okay? So, it said nowhere on this complaint database can someone lodge complaints against brokers. Oh, well, and that would explain why. Well, we don't have any complaints. Yeah, because you can't make one. That's what... I'm just reporting. If we don't have a specific complaint that failed to abide by 37.1.3, we take our regulatory obligations very seriously. Come on. This is... Really? Wow. Is that how legal policy works now? Brokers Fight Back Part 2. So you got Robert Voltman, CEO of TIA, speaking out on behalf of brokers. And then the FMCSA saying, well, we don't have any proof yet. And OIDA saying, you guys are regularly breaking. Okay, FMCSA, brokers, this is on Truckers Report. This thing is everywhere. In the trucking world, this is what people are thinking about breaking windows over. Brokers aren't technically breaking the law, and we might not do anything even if they were. Okay, is that just rhetoric? Is just a snappy photo? Let's find out. All right, Jim Mullen of the FMCSA. He says they don't even have one complaint where the broker hadn't first received permission to do exactly what they did. Oh, well, they had permission to do what they were doing. 49 CFR 37.13 allows carriers or drivers to request how much the broker was paid by the shipper. There it is. Write this down. Next time you get mad at a dispatcher, 49 CFR 371.3. That's your legal right, states your legal right to find out how much the broker was paid by the shipper. But brokers get around this little known provision by including in contracts that the carrier agrees to waive those rights. Aha! Is that in your dispatch contract to waive your rights? And there you go. And that's what they're saying. Well, how can you file a complaint when you waived your rights? Mullins said there is a question over whether they even have the authority to enforce the law if it's broken. And even if they do, they'll have to go through the ANPRM, then the NPRM. Anyways, 8 hours of service, that took 2 years, and that was on a fast track. So, yeah, blaming illegal dispatchers, that makes total sense. By the way, here's a dispatch sheet. Illegal dispatch by a carrier, confirmed by a licensed broker. Thank you. Okay. Let's go back to normal life. This industry sucks. Carpooler took over an hour to get my cars, and I ran out of hours. 7 hours in Bordentown yesterday. Industry sucks. Okay, there you go. And there's your temperature of the Tuesday. Hayward, California, Manheim sucks. Took me 6 hours to load. That sucks. This guy says, it's every Mannheim. They don't care about transporters. They make it as difficult as possible. We need to charge additional fees. Anybody at Mannheim know this info, by the way? So if you're with anybody from Mannheim, you might want to nudge them and let them know that this is going on Facebook. This guy retitled the picture. He spent the time to retitle the picture. Plans canceled for a car inspection facility in Virginia. All right, so now we're going to go into just negative industry news. This is I guess this was a Carvana inspection facility. Would have vetted vehicles before they were shipped to buyers across the country. What else is happening? Negative global news. My bad. 1 in 3 car carriers projected to be out of work. The vessels. But still, 1 in 3 vessels. What are they going to do with those ships? Nobody takes cruises anymore. Let's see. Global seaborne car trade. Okay, that was 2009. Well, we know how good that was, and here's 2020. Okay. It's bad. Getting further into marine traffic. 2018, 2019, 2020 blows. 50% drop, I think, is what... Yeah. Wow. So there's no V-shaped recovery, is what globally the forecast is. This is not a V. I mean, I guess it's a V if you look, 10 years in the future. Sure. I guess that's a V. Oh, and then there's an article. Auto haulers may soon be on the upswing. Well, one hauler said, great article. Here's the short version. Someone who knows nothing interviewed someone who might even know less. They were then quoted at least 20 times. Apparently, car haulers sometimes load and unload their own trucks, and there'll probably be more work someday. Now, I'm laughing because I read it too, and I didn't get it. This is in the article. For those interested in becoming an auto hauler, there's no better time than now. Ty? I don't know, man. Here we go. Automotive recovery. Key elements why it's great. Okay. Here we go. IAA. Beginning June 5th. Lightly damaged enterprise rental inventory. Yeah. You're going to see a lot of rental inventory. In fact, speaking of Mannheim, we don't want to go back to people on top of each other. Is a quote from... here we go. Here's another quote. Here we go. Here's the quote you're looking for. Asked if the day will come when Mannheim reopens its nationwide chain, CEO Sandy Schwartz said, I hope not. But hey, there's a learning center. Go to Viato. Get your learning. I know I'm kind of wrapping up the negative news. Listen, there's lots of negative news. So keep learning. Stay off the streets. Put down the pipe bomb. Stay learning. There's a lot of great webinars and videos out there. Go to viato.com, learning-center. This is a boot camp. If you are looking for freight training, weekly webinar training, go to shaggyexpress.com. shaggyexpress.com. Shaggy's a friend of the show. Hey, do you need an automotive webinar recap? Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Man, do I love a great automotive webinar. I listen to them all day when I'm working on other stuff. I save them and listen to them. Boy, do I love a good webinar. Here we go. Transportation Inc. posted a job. So there's some information. And she's also looking for owner-operators. So there's a phone number. You got Transportation Inc. And then Brittany's got her phone number up there as well. If somebody can get helped by that, that's awesome. Here's a price reduction on a Cottrell. I think you're going to also see a lot of that. So yeah, I guess in some ways this is a great time to get in because the market's going to be flooded with assets. Question, are we able to pull cars in Mannheim, PA? Or what is the protocol now? Ziggy said, pull them unlimited hours. Dave said, I suggest a car puller. There's DJ and his phone number. one of the nicest Facebook posts and replies I think I've ever seen in car hauling. It was amazing. This dolly can easily move a massive truck trailer by hand. Kind of freaked me out when I first saw it. Very interesting. It is Tuesday Nights Live. This is COVID-19 testing. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, sticking around. Thank you so much for saying hello in the live chat and for the conversation going back and forth. I see it. I love it. I really do appreciate it. Looks like most people came back in the stream, and I love that too. I couldn't be happier with the community we have going on. Hey, could knowing where drivers have been, when they were there, and who they contacted help fleets prevent the spread of COVID-19? That was big news a week ago. I'm not sure now. It'll be huge news probably in another week or two. Speaking of Ride Clean, dude, you don't know what to use? Use Pure Clean. There's a Pure Clean or Pure Care. Dang it. I need to know that. Ride Clean's going to be on the show in a couple weeks. What did he say? Yeah, no kidding. It's Pure Protect. Is your car clean? Ride Clean. Get Pure Protect by Ride Clean. Man, Pratik and Dr. Rikin, they're going to be on the show in 2 weeks. It's going to be awesome. So excited to have those guys on. Next week, we got JB with Bolt-On Technology. Now, JB was on a previous show with Chad and Quick Page Video with auto service software. And this stuff ties in. Oh, you don't know how this ties into car shipping? Auto service software, wait till you see the overlap with the inspection software. It's going to be pretty interesting. And Ride Clean, how do you keep your truck clean? Do you want to be in the home delivery business? That's where all the dealers are going. Might want to find out more about it. Great solutions. Tomorrow, Wednesday afternoon with Ryan, this is what we're doing tomorrow, the 2-minute drill down. That's right. 2 minutes on the clock. We talk about automotive controversy topics. Well, that'll be chock full of topics tomorrow. And if you missed it, last night we had the first Cars on the Move monthly roundtable. That was last night. We're going to do that, I think, first Monday of every month at 7 p.m. if you want to get signed up for the monthly roundtable. Hey, Ryan, will you put the link to the roundtable in the live chat? I actually don't have it handy. That would be great if you do that for me. And if I don't see it, I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to find you. Yep, that's the rundown. Tuesday nights live, Wednesday afternoons, Thursdays at noon, Fridays at noon. Auto Transport Intel 4 times a week. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I really do appreciate it. As you can see, I spend way too much time working on this show for it to go down like that. Like, that's not cool, man. I spent a lot of time. I've been working on this all day long, and then the stream goes down, and it's not cool. It's not cool at all. But you stuck in there, and I really appreciate it. And it's going to be worth it, because here's what's going to happen. After the break, we're going to take a quick break, have a word from Dispatch Center. When we come back, we're going to have Jay Hughes of Impact Employee Solutions. We're going to talk about COVID-19 antibody testing, lots of science, medical information. You're going to love it. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Superflow Systems is excited to introduce DispatchCenter.com, a full-service load board for brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, featuring integrations with Truckify mobile app and iTruckPay. Use Route Scout technology to build your routes. Maximize truck capacity. Stay loaded at the highest available revenue with the least amount of driving miles. Tell us your lanes. Loadification will alert you to new loads posting in your route. Views instant load notifications sent with Book Now features. Search and book loads directly through the Truckify mobile app. Brokers and shippers, post your loads to Dispatch Center. Give authorized carriers the opportunity to instantly book your loads. Dispatch Center powers the Truckify mobile app, allowing instant load assignment to the driver. Truckify will send inspection reports, geolocated pickup and delivery photos, BOLs, and invoices back to the broker. Brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, Dispatch Center, and Truckify have what you need to be more profitable every day.
Hey, welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. Thank you so much for sticking around. I do appreciate it. If you've got a question for Mark at Superflow Systems, email We've got info@superflowsystems.com in the live chat. You've got the website, you've got the phone number, and Mark is here in the live chat. I think he's here. So unless we lost him, because we had that breakage, right? We had some funny stuff going on in the live chat. Thank you, Michael Culler. And Joel Shaw, dude, I'm sorry, man. You know what? That stuff about hours, and I had a guy comment, oh, you're a rookie because you didn't check or whatever. You know what? Sometimes you just can't get enough information. And even if you have the information, then you got the DOT, and then you got the riots and the red lights, and it's really hard. That this whole, the hours of service, thank God they're amending it, because it's ridiculous. Oh, our Mark is here. All right, cool. Mark is here. And we also, I sent the invite to Jay Hughes. He should be here shortly. Oh, and here he is. I think there he is. Bang, bang. That wasn't a doorbell. That was interesting. Oh, there's the doorbell. Cool. Okay. So, here we are. We're live.
Hey there, Jay.
How's it going?
It's good. It's good. I got my stream to work. I know that was made you sweat there a little bit.
It's not fair. I don't know. I really, I don't know why sometimes the things crash. And that's why I plug in. I'm hardlined to the internet. So
Yeah.
it shouldn't be the internet. And for some reason, it's the software program, I think, that it's just not fair. And a lot of people use this software, so I don't know what that is. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a note to myself. I'm going to reinstall OBS again. How about that? Okay?
It's the way things are going, right? I mean,
yeah, exactly. Hey, if that's the worst, I'm good.
Surely.
Right?
No bricks through the window. So
exactly. I was just thinking about checking the window again. Oh, it's craziness out there. But, Jay, thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. What are we doing tonight? Please introduce yourself, introduce the company, and what we're going to do tonight.
Yeah, so thanks again for having us, Jay. And as you know, we love the show and big supporters. I am Jay Hughes, the other Jay, the less good-looking one. And I'm the Executive Vice President of Impact Employee Solutions. Some of your viewers may know us. We are a full-screen employee screening, or full-service employee screening company. We do all sorts of things from DOT drug testing to DOT physicals to background screening to helping folks with the crazy warehouse. And so
the clearinghouse.
Yeah, the clearinghouse.
Yeah.
So it's we probably work with some of your guys out there right now. What a big part of our business has been lately is and it fits in nicely with what we do, is just COVID-19 and the testing component of it. And we'll get into it a little bit tonight. And there's lots of news out there that can change really every day. There is new science that comes out. There's a lot of misinformation. And so our whole goal is to work with employers and drivers and make sure they're comfortable with what the science is, what the testing allows. So we'll go through that tonight and really give everybody on the show a good feel for what exactly antibody testing is, what it's not, and kind of what you can do to protect yourself as a driver. And I heard you mention earlier, if you're an employer, it certainly is a big part of keeping your employees safe out on the road. And so we'll go through all of that.
And, I want to say this too. That's part of the angle of this information is really, it is for everybody. Whether you are a business owner or an employee, these are topics that concern everybody between the COVID testing. Yeah, we talked about the clearinghouse before, and I had a couple people comment on some of my videos. They had questions about drug testing and clearinghouse, and I highly suggest, and I've told them to come to the show tonight, if you've got a question about the clearinghouse, drug testing, background screening, this is your opportunity to ask it. If you're not live right now, ask it on demand. I will tap Gina and Jay on the shoulder and have you guys answer it. So, I mean, and I will say this too. I know it's not the most fun information, but there are moments where this stuff is critical to knowing what's going on and what you're dealing with, and
Okay.
that's the purpose.
Yep. And so, and to your point, Jay, also, we want to be a resource for folks. We have clients, but we want to answer questions and make sure everybody's comfortable. So we want to be a resource for everybody out there.
Exactly. And I'm also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the, if you have that kind of question and you just want to go ahead and start going through the channels, impactemployee.com is the website.
Yep.
All right, cool. So, all right, so where do we start? I've got your PowerPoint.
Yeah. So I think, Jay, maybe the best thing to start with, and it's the slide that has kind of the crazy looking graph, and I think it's just as a basis for all of us. It'll give us a good feel for what exactly the life cycle of the virus is. When you hear folks talk about testing, what are they testing for? And so I think that may be the best place for us to go ahead and start.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up now. You know what? I meant to, let's see here. There's different viewing modes. If I go to, I don't want to do custom slideshow. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it up on the screen because I can't remember how to view one slide at a time. How terrible. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go.
Okay, so we've gone through this a couple times in a couple different presentations, and a lot of folks have found this helpful. I think, Jay, you even heard me go through this a little bit the other day. What we're going to look at really is the life cycle of the virus and kind of where the testing falls in. So the first area to start is the purple or blue kind of bell curve there that starts at 0. That is really the onset of the virus itself. So again, you'll hear called COVID-19. I mean, technically the virus is the SARS-CoV-2. For those who get interested and are odd like me, the CoV-1 was the SARS, I think it was 2008 or 9. So it's a different variation of that virus that was now about 10 years ago. So if we look at the first 5 days of the virus, this is where it can be, I guess, particularly dangerous from a spread standpoint. Many folks are asymptomatic. And so you have the virus, you're contagious, but you really have no symptoms. It's usually about day 5 that the symptoms start to onset. And okay. So you hear, whether it's at CDC or just talking to folks, respiratory distress, difficulty breathing, a fever comes on board. It's mainly a respiratory illness. So much of what we get from coughing to those sort of symptoms start to come on around day 5.
Okay.
There is really a peak. Symptoms are about 14 days after exposure. And so you see that the patient starts to recover at about the 14-day mark. Then this is from exposure. They maybe only had symptoms since about day 5. By the way, to make it even more confusing, some folks never really get symptoms. You could be asymptomatic the whole time, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But
right.
It's about 14 days that you start to turn the corner, and you'll see that then declines through about day 28. So that's kind of the life cycle of the virus itself.
Okay.
I think, Jay, what then becomes important is we start to think about, when you hear about COVID-19 testing, we want to understand where we are in the life cycle and what we're testing for. When you see those things on the news and it's got a swab going up somebody's nose and it looks really painful and the rest of that, that is really speaking to what's called viral testing, or it's looking for the antigen. And so it's different than the antibody, but viral testing is looking for a current infection. And so it can pick that up anywhere, Jay, in day 0 through 28. So when you see about some of the testing that was restricted, it's the viral test, and it's looking for an active virus right now, and it's again called antigen testing. It's sometimes done with a deep nasal swab. They've gotten a little bit better. You've also seen there's an oral test that they can do now, and again the requirements for that get a little bit different. It used to be that you had to have really exhibiting systems and a physician order it. They've expanded that a little bit now to vulnerable populations getting tested. It is called a PCR test. And so again, that is within those first 28 days. And typically folks are getting tested, sometime when they start to feel the symptoms. We've also seen expanded. My mom's 86. She went and got tested for this, really had no symptoms, but was considered a vulnerable population. We also see it, Jay, as some of the drivers may be out there. If you know you were exposed to somebody who was positively identified, you can get this type of testing done. That's not what we're going to talk about, but I want folks to understand
right
about testing.
That's viral testing. That's the swab. That's what we've seen on the news, and I think most people have talked about.
It means you're sick right now.
Right.
That you're right now.
That you have, that it's
yes,
in you. You have the coronavirus active. Okay.
Correct. All right, so if we can go back to that chart or the slide before this one a little bit. So what I want to talk about now is really what we provide our clients, and what you're seeing a big push for now is antibody testing.
Yeah.
And so again, getting back to the science a little bit.
IgM and IgG are the name
that is
of
correct.
Antibodies. Okay.
Yep. And so your body with any virus, part of the immune response is to produce antibodies. So when you get a cold, when you were a kid and you got the chicken pox, your body with any virus produces antibodies. The IgM becomes detectable about day 6. So it comes on the scene, or day 7, I'm sorry. It comes on the scene as a reaction to this virus. It's not right away when you're exposed, but about day 7. I had a physician describe it to me as the IgM is the firefighters. And their job is to come and aggressively attack, as your body will, this virus. And so you'll notice that the IgM, it follows a shorter but similar path for the virus. It too becomes most potent about day 14. And the IgM starts to tail off as it is winning the battle, I suppose, against the SARS-CoV-2 virus. About day 14, a second antibody is produced. It's called an IgG. And the IgG, again, stealing from the physician, is what he described as the fire marshal. And so it too will help your body defeat the virus, but it stays out there long term. And so the IgG, the antibody, is what gives us long-term immunity from catching this virus or any other virus again. And so your body produces both. They both have a specific job, but that's kind of the life cycle of when the virus appears. When we talk about antibody testing, are testing for the IgG and the IgM. And the way to think of antibody testing versus the viral testing is that it's really looking for your body's reaction. So it's not testing for the virus, it's testing for the proteins that fight off the infection. And so a way to think of it is what antibody really tests for is past infections. Now, I don't want to confuse folks. If you followed that chart, I want
to ask you a question.
Yep.
So wouldn't you want the viral test before the antibody test?
So I'm gonna answer that no, simply because there is a availability and shortage
Right.
standpoint.
That
And
right.
so our answer to that is no. We'll go along with how they work together, because we believe that, I'll address it now. I probably have it on a later slide, but we believe that it makes good sense if you have a positive antibody test to then go and get the viral test.
Okay.
And the reason being, Jay, is that, as you know, then we know that antibodies get produced anywhere from day 7 to day 14 and then on. But you are still active and contagious from that day 14 to day 28. And so it's important for folks that if you get a positive test for the antibodies, you can see where the green and the red kind of cross over the purple. You might still be contagious. And so it is, we believe, the best clinical advice then to then go get an antigen test for the virus to show that you're not contagious anymore. Did I confuse you, or does that make sense?
No. And I was wondering if maybe there was a cost, ease, or inventory supply difference between the two tests. There is.
Yeah. That's exactly it. And again, there's an inventory. They just don't want everybody rushing out to get the test.
And is it easier to detect antibodies?
I don't know. It's easier. It's different.
Okay.
If you go one more forward. From
right, and now you're into
So if we talk for a second, when you hear about an antibody test, it is what would be considered a serology test. And so what that means is that it is a blood test. There are different ways to do it. We feel real strongly about the science about this, and I'll get into it a little bit more. But an antibody test is a blood test. The one that we recommend is not just the INSTIs. It's an actual blood draw. If you've ever had your blood draw out of your arm, it's one tube.
Okay. Yeah.
And again, it's going to look for these antibodies. And what we end up doing, there are instant tests available. We'll talk in a second about the science and why we're not big fans, but that, again, that can change as tests are being worked on every day. But as of June 2nd, we're going to tell you why we believe in this test the most. We end up getting that done at for some of our employers. We go right to their work site.